What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cheatlanders. So this is going to be for new players. Another beginner tutorial guide. I haven't done one in a while. God, I can't even remember the last time I did one. It was seasons and seasons ago. But we are getting some new players, and whilst I don't recommend this game for new players, if you do want to play it, uh, it is a fun game, but you have to realize that they've kind of let it go. There's a lot of cheaters on this game. There's so many people running wall hacks. Or ESP, which is extrasensory perception. Um, so, but if you're still interested in playing the game, it is a fun game if you can get into it. Um, but it's got a learning curve and it's a little bit difficult to get started. You're going to be playing mostly with bots until level 7, unless you team up with somebody who's higher level. So just keep that in mind. Like it can be a little boring to start a new account. They did that, I think, mostly to stop or to slow down cheaters who are just remaking accounts. Like they'll get banned, but then they can just restart a new account because it's a free game and immediately get back into the game. So at least this way, they have to grind at least to level 7 before they can play with players again, which slows them down a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Um, so when you first log in, it's going to take you through a tutorial. It's unskippable, which I think sucks. I really wish you could skip it. But once again, the tutorial is there. It's there to teach you the game, and it's also there to slow down cheaters making new accounts. Um, but once it gives you some time to actually fix some stuff, what you're going to want to do is go into your settings, and you're going to want to change your sound right away. Also, this is one of those games where, like almost every first-person shooter, you should be playing with headphones. That way, you can hear directionally where people are. Because this game is probably, just like most shooters, probably 80% sound based. Um, you're going to want to keep your overall volume up. You're going to want to turn your enemy weapons up and your enemy footsteps up. Turn this stuff down. Turn your teammate's weapon down, to whatever level you like it at. Your own weapons, whatever level you like it at. But you want to hear the enemies over. A lot of people don't know, like, this is not normal for shooter games to be able to turn up sound of like your enemy's footsteps and gunfire and stuff. So it really does help. And there's a couple of ways in game that I'll go over where you can amplify that further or reduce your own, but it has to do with uh, mods on gear. So do that. Then you're going to want to set your sensitivity however you like it. You want to go here, set up your buttons however you like it. Then you can go to your crosshairs. You don't have to tinker with this stuff right away, but like as you start playing the game and using these optics and stuff, you can change the shape, the size, the color to your preference. I would recommend coming back to this after you experiment with the base stuff and see, if you find like the hollow sight, like I do, I make it really small because in real life, that large circle helps you find your reticle easier to find the dot. But in the video game, you don't need that feature. So I think it just mostly obstructs my view. So I just make it really small. Um, kind of like more like a red dot. But just my personal preference. Then you can go here to performance. You can set performance however you like it. My computer's kind of beefy, so it's set fairly high. You might want to turn yours down to get better performance. Then over here in the basic thing, this is where you can set your reload interruption. You can set what you want your guy to switch to after you switch to throwings and stuff. These are all personal preference. Um, you can turn on one-click locate prompt if you want. If you're the locate, it's insurance, like on Tarkov, where like if you lose your gun in raid and nobody picks it up and takes it out of raid, it'll bring it back to you after a certain period of time. So that's what locate is on this game. I don't know why they changed it to locate from like it was just I think insurance at a certain point. You go back and watch my other videos and see like I've been playing this game since before season 1. We're on season 8 now. So I recommend turning your auto door open off, just because uh, it'll give away your position if you're trying to be stealthy. Um, if you don't care or you're on mobile and it's too difficult to open doors, like I play PC, so I don't know how that is on mobile. You may want to keep this on. But then also there's another thing in here called Medicine Smart Recommendations, and I recommend you turn this on and you set it. And I'll leave my screen up here for a second. That way, if you want to set yours the way I have mine set, you can kind of tinker with it and see what you like. This dictates the auto because there's a way to bring up a menu to just like select. If you hold your med button, it'll bring up a little wheel and you can select what meds you want if you want to do it that way. But like it'll automatically switch to something first based on your life here, and you can set this however you like it. This is how I have mine set. So if you want to copy it, feel free. Otherwise, you can keep it off. You can just use the wheel if that's your preference. It's just a little bit faster if you have the smart recommendations on. So now that you have your settings set, which is the most basic of basic things to do in this game, but it is important. uh, you want to come to a few realizations when you start playing this game. There are a fair bit of cheaters. The cheaters do not get policed up very well in this game. So the way that you're going to want to run gear is probably when you're new, like you're going to want to run naked and just grab stuff. Grab whatever you can find, guns, ammo, use whatever you can. It is going to be hard getting started. Uh, it's going to feel easy up to level 7. But once you hit level 7, you're going to start playing with real players, and real players are running real gear. Bots have been increased, but like they're not really a challenge. Um, so what I run is mostly T3. Anything more than T3 is going to be a waste of your money, especially at lower levels. And uh, once you get those higher tiers of armor, I recommend just selling them. You're not going to run them in normal games. You're going to want to have one set of really good gear for arena mode games. Arena mode games, you can either get into via rooms, so they have private rooms that you can. It costs money to open them, like real money, because you have to buy cash points to get the cards, unless you get them from events to open a room, and then once the rooms are open, you can basically play without having loot drops. You can pay to have loot drops on, but I think it costs like 1 million cash. Uh, so you'll want to have one good set, and what most people do, like the M4 in this game is the most OP gun. So you're gonna want to buy yourself a good M4, like the best that you can find, and then put as best mods as you can on it. And then you're gonna want to get yourself like a gold T5 or just a regular T5, whatever you can afford. But that's what you're grinding for. Just one set of good gear that you can play in modes where they don't require gear drops. The arena mode is available in rooms, but occasionally, I think it's like once or twice a year, they do like turn the actual mode on for the game. And uh, for the mode on for the game, there is a CE requirement, and CE is up here. This basically, every piece of gear has a CE. It's like an item score, and all these get added up. And some game modes require you to have more or less CE of a certain point. It's usually like 16,000, more or less. So for arena that isn't in a private room game, it it's usually under 16,000 CE, which means you won't be able to run like I normally can't run like my best gear. I can't put on like all because the CE is too high. It's usually you wear really good armor, you wear a budget helm, and then a budget backpack and budget boots. That's why I have like some purple stuff saved. But you don't have to worry about that right now. Just right now, go in, get yourself like a lot of T3 sets because you can get them off of bots and stuff. You're going to be mostly running these. Or I think at level 8, you unlock the auction house. Once you get auction house available, it's super cheap to buy um, the tier 3 stuff. So you're going to want to run this stuff if you run any armor at all. I don't recommend running T4 T5. Uh, because the cheaters will zero in on you and kill you and take it because it's the prominent way that people make money on this game is buying T4s. And I wouldn't run any guns with excessive mods on them. I do have some budget gun series. I recommend going back and watching those to figure out how to build your weapons so that it's budget friendly. You're still getting like the most bang for your buck. I recommend don't use tier 1 ammo. If you're using tier 1 ammo, you're probably going to lose. You want at least T2 ammo, which is the green ammo. At most, you're going to want to run tier 3 ammo, unless it's in a sniper. In a sniper, depending on the sniper, you have to go back and watch some of my videos on snipers to figure out what the best snipers are. But tier 4 and tier 5 ammo is only to be used in snipers um, until you get good at the game, at which point uh, your gameplay will change. There's a lot of people running T5s with M4s in threes and stuff like that, but you really need to have a lot of money because you're going to get killed a lot. There's also a lot of cheaters in that mode. The modes that have the most cheaters are Force Desert, which you won't unlock Desert until level 10. But Desert Map is really fun. Currently, you can only play duos on it. They took away the solo mode, which sucks. So you have to get a friend to play Desert. Um, but Desert's really fun. There's not as many cheaters in Desert as there is in Three's Shelter. Uh, but Three's Shelter, if you're gonna play it, don't try to run gear that like these other guys are playing until you get good at the game. Uh, there are a couple of ways that you can make money really easy, like crafting materials. Initially, you're going to find all these crafting materials in game, and you're going to store them in your warehouse, thinking that like the crafting system in this game is going to be worth something, but it's not. Sell these materials. Figure out which ones sell for a lot and which ones don't. The ones that I recommend that you pick up and sell are these. These ones here are good to sell. They sell for a decent bit. Um, Like this stuff here isn't worth anything. None of this stuff. Chips are good. Black powder's good. Smokeless is good. None of these are worth anything. You can just discard those. Those aren't even worth selling. All these steel, aluminum, titanium, and memory. These are all really good to have and sell. These things you can just discard or sell. Like the blue in here, you can sell. Just like vendor sell, as in, you click on it and you click sell, and it'll give you money. And then fabric wise, sell anything that's blue or higher, discard anything that's green except for these and plastics. Uh, and don't worry about the mineral system. This is a complete waste of your time. So when you get in there, you're gonna find here. Let me move my camera real quick. You have like these batons and these mining picks, or you can switch this. And you can level these up with these stupid ore things that they implemented, but it's pointless. There's no point in doing it. I upgraded the baton to the highest level. It's garbage. You're never going to use it. Don't worry about it. Same thing with the mining pick. The mining pick is only useful for mining the ore, and it's not even worth doing. You can only do it on the desert map, and they're not worth anything. You're just going to waste your money if you're playing in the ore system or buying them on the auction house. They're really trash. This whole system is garbage and not worth your time or your in-game money. Um, so don't worry about any of that. Same with the crafting system. I wouldn't bother with any of it. So like your ore process thing, don't level this up. This is a waste of your time and money. Workshop wise, don't mess with any of this stuff. The only things that are worth making are these radars and blue 556, or right here is a lens thing. Uh, I have this stuff favorited, that's why it's all right here, but like you can find it um, down here. Like if you go to destroy, this is where your lenses are. You'll find these here. What you can do is you can destroy regular guns. See, I don't have any. To get lenses, use lenses to identify unID'd weapons. So if you go into the weapons section on the auction house, you can click identify here. This will show you unID'd and ID'd weapons. And there's a filter thing here where you can set, like I can look at just unID'd. You buy unID'd weapons. It takes a certain amount of lenses to ID them. And once you ID them, it basically gives them extra stats. That's what it's about. So if you go to identified, like if you want extra penetration is like the best stat. Of course, has to refresh. Um, you're going to get extra stats and stuff like this for your guns. And that's what getting the lenses does for you. So you're going to want to try to find one with like the best stats. Usually damage stats are the best, like headshot, damage, or penetration. And then some of the extra stuff that requires you to turn the weapon a certain color, which means put a certain level of attachments on it to unlock this. Right now you'll see this little lock here, and that means it's locked. When you have it unlocked, it'll look like this. It'll be highlighted and there won't be a lock symbol on it. But you're going to want to look for mods like this. And you're not going to want to run these in normal raids. You're going to want to save these for your arena modes. So, but that's what you're doing. If you can find yourself a veteran. You can ask in chat for veteran code. The veteran code allows veterans, like higher level people that have been playing for a while, to recruit you, and you'll get bonuses. They'll send you stuff. So it earns stuff for you and the veteran. The veteran will be able to send you gear and stuff to get points and stuff like that. He'll earn a little bit of cash points. I'm not sure what you receive as the apprentice, but you'll get some stuff as you unlock this stuff. For the veteran, it's mostly he gets a little bit of cash points and some titles and stuff just for doing it. Otherwise, it's not much. But it does allow you to kind of play with someone who's more experienced so you can learn the ropes. So I recommend at least asking in chat and see if you can't find somebody to apprentice you. And then you're going to want to work on, like, to level up. The best way to level up in the game is this guide, the guide missions here. And I'm sorry, but these are a pain in the butt. It sucks to level. Some of these are awful, especially when you come to Red Beach Foundation. There's going to be a lot of quests for Red Beach Foundation. And unfortunately, not a lot of people play Red Beach Foundation anymore because the cheaters ran everybody off of it. So it's really hard to get games, at least on PC. On mobile, you might be able to, especially when the ranked thing opens up, and more on C than on NA. NA, you basically can't get a game on NA. Not that I've found. So you're going to want to switch to C or a different server to try to get your foundation matches in. Fortunately, the last time when I did this, I don't know if they've changed it since, but there was a lot of Red Beach Foundation missions to do. But basically, try to complete these missions as quickly as you can. This is where you're going to get the majority of your experience, and this is how you're going to level up. When you level up this, you can see the rewards over here that you're going to get. This increases your warehouse capacity. You also unlock auction slots, safe slots, which is these slots up here that you can get. Uh, Anything in your safe slot doesn't drop whenever you die in raid. So you want as many of these slots as possible. 6 is the maximum. And I think in order to get 6, you unlock, I think, 2 from, so you start with 1, I think. You unlock 1, I think 2 from yeah, 2 from the guide missions. So that gives you 3. You can get 1 by having premium, so that's 4. This gives you an extra save capacity. I think there's also one in the redeem, so if you go to trade, redeem, there may be one here. I can't remember. That would give you 5. And then there is a season. You get 1 for having a season battle pass as well here. So, or I forget where it is, but you get 1 from the battle pass. That gives you the 6th slot. So that's how you get all your safe slots. And once you get to 3 safe slots, what you can do is you can put a sniper in there, and you can pull it out and snipe people and then put it away, so you can have a decent sniper on you. I still wouldn't run anything extravagant, but like, because now there's also a time limit to put guns into your safe. There didn't used to be. You could just pull them out and put them back, but now there's a 3-second time limit to put guns in your safe, which is a little bit better. I wish they would just remove it altogether, but unfortunately, it is what it is. It's taken us 8 seasons just to get them to implement that, so it's unlikely that they're gonna remove it completely. They still want people to be able to stash guns. They may increase the time limit here in the future. It just depends. But other than that, you can do Prism. I'll have to do a whole video on Prism, on how to do Prism again. Basically, you just don't mess with this stuff, the common. You're going to want to go to the Elaboration tab, I guess is what they call it. And over here, you can refresh this up to 20 times. And there's certain items that you can buy here and resell on the auction house to make a small profit every day. But it does take a little bit of money initially to, because you have to buy the stuff. It's just going to be cheaper here than on the auction house, so you're just going to buy it here and then resell it on the auction house. And I'll make a whole video on doing that in a different video. But for now, I'm just going over the basic beginning stuff you need to know about the game. There are story missions here. I don't know when these unlock for you, to be honest. Currently, they're not really worth doing. I've been doing them for like, I think 4 seasons now. I think they came out in season 4 or season 5, but like I'm still like it's a grind, and the only thing you're gonna get is like these reward things. And I've been doing it this whole time, and I barely have 1,000 coins. Look how much it costs to get it. Once I even unlock it, it's like 8,000. It's almost unobtainable. So don't even waste your time with this garbage. It's really just nonsense, and the missions will get you killed trying to do them because they make you go out of your way and play a different way than what you normally would to just get loot and money and survive. Uh, the story stuff is not worth your time or money either, so don't bother with it. Event wise, there's all these events and stuff. Basically, this game makes a whole lot of money selling people expensive skins. Do not buy the skins. It is a waste of your time and money. The game is dying. What I'd recommend, the only thing worth spending money on is maybe the privilege card and the battle pass if you care to play it enough. Like, because you'll get an extra safe slot from the battle pass, and you do get some cool cosmetic stuff, and it does give you some rewards and stuff. You will get like some cash points, you'll get extra auction slots and stuff like that. So, battle pass maybe if you have the money. Premium, if you're going to play this game, like if you like the game and you want to continue playing it, it's definitely worth it to have premium because this gives you a lot of stuff and it's like only $5. That's not too bad to play the game. But you can just play it free if you want. I'd recommend playing free for a while. Make sure that you like the game. You're going to keep playing the game. And then if you do decide that you want to play this game on the regular, pick up the privilege card. Uh, but don't get enticed by the skins and stuff like that. They are cool to have and they look cool, but like really most of the time in game, nobody else can see your skins, so you're the only one who gets to enjoy them. Because everybody else has, you can in the skin warehouse, you can turn your settings here so that you can like look at other people's equipment and stuff. And most of the time, people just want to know what tier armor you have on, and the tier armors are base skin things. They can't see your skin on if they are looking at the tier of the armor that you have on. So really nobody else sees it anyways. It just whenever you queue with a friend or something, it shows you got your characters side by side and you can go, ooh, ah, nice skin, bro. But that's it. Otherwise it's pointless and it's a waste of your time and money. Um, but that is mostly how they make their money in this game. They probably won't like when I say that in the video, because they watch my videos and I post videos for them or whatever, but uh, I don't care. I'm not a shill for this company or this game, and I'm going to tell you when they do crap wrong. And they're doing a lot of stuff wrong. And I've complained about it for literally years now, and they haven't changed any of it. I don't think they intend to change any of it because it's making them money the way they're doing it. So don't expect anything to change. Don't expect the cheaters to get policed up. Do not expect, them to alter any of the game functions in any real way. It is what it is, and it has been for a long time, almost the entire time, actually. and I don't see it changing anytime soon. So if you don't like it in its current iteration, you're probably not going to like it or be excited for any of the next seasons that are coming out or any events or whatever. So just at that point, you might want to just move on to a different game. Yeah, you either enjoy the game for what it is, or it's not your cup of tea. You can go back to Tarkov. You can play Arena Breakout or whatever else, whatever other first-person shooter is your preference. But the game is fun. I do like the game. I think it is worth playing in some capacity. You just have to take everything with a grain of salt. Um, but yeah, just so I'll just go over real quick what you don't want to mess with at all. That's a complete waste of your time. So a complete waste of your time is the workshop outside of lenses that you don't even need anything else in there. Sell all the crafting materials on the auction house when it unlocks. Or process. Don't bother with it. Don't bother upgrading your baton or your mining pick. Waste of time. Also, don't worry about the story stuff. Waste of time. Daily missions and stuff. So if you want to earn cash points the legit way, the way that you have to do it is you do these dailies and you get these points here and it tracks them up here. You'll unlock these skin token things. They're basically useless. All the skins that you can get with these are garbage. They don't put very much work into this because it doesn't earn them any money. They want you to buy the cool skins with real money. So don't even worry about that stuff. What you're going for here is the cash points. These are the only things worth stuff. And the way that you get these is you have to grind these every single day. Every day. It may not be worth your time to do it, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of times where I don't even bother. But to do it, you basically have to complete every single one of these with the exclusion of one or two. Like, you don't have to do the cash points every day. This you can skip. But basically, everything else that gives you these points up here, you have to do every day, the entire week, to unlock this 30 cash point thing. You can get this one on like day 6 or whatever. This one's not too hard to get to. You can get 5, but to get this 30, you have to do all of them every day, except for the cash point one. So, is it worth your time? You decide. The weekly things give you stuff, but there's really nothing great in here. The only thing that might be nice are these experience bonuses if you're leveling up. So you may want to grind for whatever mission gives you these, just so you can get more experience. And then these. So every day, every 3 days, they give you basically a mission to give you normally 5 cash points. It says 5 to 200. I have never seen the 200. I've never even seen, like, I think one time I got 50. But that's in like the 8 seasons that I've played. Most of the time, you will get 5 whole cash points. These 2 missions are basically garbage and give you nothing. So the first 2 days you get nothing, and then the third day it finally gives you a mission that you can earn a little bit of cash points. You can get like 5 cash points on it. So that's the other way you can earn cash points in game without having to pay for them. So it's not easy. So basically twice a week you're going to get 5 cash points from this, and uh, once a week, if you do all of the missions every single day, you can get 35 cash points from this. So that's for a total of 45 cash points. Unless you get really lucky somehow and get more than 5 cash points from this, which don't count on it. I've seen 10 and 5, and one time I got 50, I think, once. And I've been playing this game for 3 years. So the base thing, I wouldn't bother with the base thing. It is a glorious waste of time also. It's kind of garbage unless you really like the base system, but really it's pointless. They have this base. You can go into it and just look around. You can put furniture around. Supposedly other players can come and just hang out with you, but there's nothing to do. Um, and they have like these billiard tables, but you can't do anything with them. So when you see the billiard tables, you're like, oh, we could play pool. No, you can't. They're just for looks. Uh, and basically you could sit in here and you could jump around. You go, yay, we. You can sit down and just you and your friends can sit in the base, but otherwise there's nothing to do here. You can't access your like stuff from over here. Look at your collections and your workshop and stuff, but there's nothing to do in here. It's pointless. You can look at your warehouse from in here. They basically were trying to copy Tarkov stuff, and it was just another way for them to put in something else that you could buy for real money, which is like the base designs and tables and crap like that. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. It's pointless. Don't worry about trying to get on the leaderboards. Everybody that's high up on the leaderboards is cheating or using cheaters to get there. So don't worry about the leaderboards. All it gives you is titles anyway for chat, which is pointless anyway. So if you want to play the game, this game is only really fun if you just enjoy like the PvP aspect, making money, getting loot, all the other features, the story mode stuff, the crafting stuff, garbage, waste of your time, the base stuff, garbage, waste of your time, the ore stuff, garbage, waste of your time. Um, there are collectibles, but I'll have to do another video on collectibles as well. These are actually worth doing. You have to spend money on them and a lot of money to get them. But what they do is they give you small stat increases in game. And I'll do a whole rant on this to begin with because these stats used to be free. Like as you leveled up in your guide and just leveled up your character level, you used to just accumulate these points and you could do them for free. And at a certain point, they decided to do another put in another way for you to blow your in-game money by making you rebuy your stats. So they took away the free stat system and they put in these stupid collectibles that you had to buy and upgrade with money, a lot of money, to get your stat points back. It's stupid. Um, and they did the same thing with the melee system, so don't bother with melee either. But that's it, guys. That's going to be it for the beginner video. That's everything you need to get started and know what to do and what not to do. Hopefully this helps. Let me know in the comment section if you want other videos for specific stuff. I will do a Prism video at some point, and I'll go over the collectibles at some point because those are two things you will have to mess with. There's a shooting range as well where you can go in and test your guns, which is kind of useful. So you can play with that. Otherwise, that's it, guys. That's Badlanders in a nutshell. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.